capability and the fact that she had her handgun out all the time. But it was frustrating as shit to see because it was just like boop, 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 and then like on the kill feed it was just dead, dead, dead handgun. Then I ran into I don't know who I ran into, but they fucked me up too. So here we are. Just started the stream. We're going. We're ready to rock. We're gonna do some terrorist hunt where we talk about our unpopular gaming opinions. That's sorry, I was reading some shit on Instagram. Anyway, who wants to start? Who feels like a particular need to get this off their chest?
Not I. I mean, for the most part, I feel like most of my opinions are pretty common,
You don't have one unpopular gaming opinion?
I mean, if you bring something up, I can tell you my opinion on it, but most likely it'll be something that's been said before, or
It doesn't matter if it's been said before.
pretty popular.
Okay, so, Richard, do you want to start? Because I got a couple.
Bungie's never made a good game?
You're fucking wrong!
Oh, fuck, I forgot that.
Bungie, you dude, okay. Look, I know this is just your opinion and all, but you're wrong. This is perfect. We got off to a great start. What's your beef with Halo exactly? Because you just bitch about it. I don't
it's
ever.
Fucking mediocre.
Okay, I mean most shooters are mediocre to be honest. Halo at least had a good when you look at Halo for what it was, it had a story. I don't know if I could go back and call it say that it was a wonderful story, but I definitely enjoyed it when I was 16. It has fucking multiplayer and co-op, which at the time, even now, you can't even find. So in terms of gameplay mechanics and things that they actually have to offer, it's a full package. And then what's the secondary thing? And it was mechanically pretty sound, I think. But you disagree.
So I think mechanically it was sound. I'll agree with that. I do think it was kind of stupid how everyone praises it as this great PvP game. It's it's the greatest thing. It's but the only time I really watch people play it's a mad dash for the sniper rifle
For the power weapons.
Or the BR, the battle rifle. And
Right.
whenever they're using the battle rifle, they're using it with the glitch to where they can continuously do the two burst.
Right, the
where it changes
EXR.
together, and it's that's.
Well,
otherwise, you're just using the sniper rifle, which
Are your opinions based off of the game as it is for now, as of right now, or back then?
He hasn't played
back
it right
then.
now. When it was at the height of its
yeah.
popularity.
Yeah, in high school, I fucking played it at lunch.
Okay, well, I mean, while I agree with
don't
you
think it was that great.
I don't ever want to play a game where people are taking advantage of some sort of glitch that allows them any kind of advantage.
It wasn't just a glitch though. It was always just there was all these other guns, but you always just felt like it was just a mad dash.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. That's what I was going to say.
You were stuck. You were stuck just fighting someone where they had a massive advantage, and I really didn't like that.
That's what I was going to. Holy
I
shit.
found that little gameplay part was boring and fucking stupid.
That's what I was going to say. I'm not exactly a fan of the meta in any video game. The fact that you're telling me, oh, that's the meta, and then you should play that way, and then if you don't like it, then just change the way you're playing. It's one thing to look at it like that, but at the same time, it's why did they even bother putting in other guns if I can only use one? Or two, or whatever, however many the, successful number is. And that's always been the thing that bothers me. And I agree with that,
the
actually.
unpopular opinion for that is?
Get good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean.
Get the gun before them.
That doesn't make you good if you have if everybody's using the same weapon. That's not good. Good is somebody who can viably use any weapon and kick anybody's ass.
That's not a good excuse to say why a game is good.
But I think, I don't know, I guess at the time, the reason why we liked Halo is because it had offered something we never found before. If Halo came out exactly as it is today with updated graphics, I don't know if it would be as popular as it was.
It isn't.
Well, right, and it isn't, right? Because now, Halo 5, people talk about it like it's a goddamn travesty. Gia, what do you think of all this?
A bomb has been located.
God
I think Halo was an amazing game when it came out. I mean, if you're looking at it now, like over time, it's definitely.
I had a lot more
appreciated.
fun in the campaign story than I did anything else.
Right.
Strictly because I was able to use all those array of crazy weird weapons. But even then, I wasn't even having that much fun. And oh fuck.
How you guys doing on health? Looks like you're hurting.
Yeah, I'm at 32.
I'm okay.
Out of my face.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, shit.
I mean,
What was
if
I
you're
gonna say?
talking about just Halo, though, what else has Bungie made aside from Destiny that you
They
can
made
say?
Marathon back in the day.
Never played it though, so you know.
I mean, it was
I'm
an
mostly
old
just
game that a
strictly
lot of people
speaking
didn't
to-
play. It was like a Doom clone.
I'm gonna strictly stick to
Okay, you
like
can
what people
defuse.
remember Bungie as. Yeah, I know, but as soon as I start diffusing, we're gonna have everyone
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah, I'm
rush
just
us.
trying to clear the rooms before we start. We got it. Like, we still have 7 minutes, so we're in good time.
Yeah.
This room in particular was filled with a bunch of assholes. Okay, we're cool. Let me double check that. Oh, I could have.
I also don't know where to plant this one.
Well, yeah, this is... Fuck, I don't know either.
Do it by this door.
Oh, wait, I got an idea. So... I mean, if we're gonna talk... Oh, fuck, I can't get this open. If we're gonna talk about more recent games... this year, I think my biggest unpopular opinion is that I didn't like Horizon Zero Dawn, and I've said that a bunch of times. I think that game is very pretty, and on a technical scale, it shows the skill that Guerrilla Games has. But I generally think that game is overrated as fuck, that the character of Aloy is uninteresting as fuck, and just kind of... It's just kind of like Far Cry in third person. And while that doesn't actually sound like a terrible thing on its own, it just felt like, for me also, mechanically the game kind of fell apart towards the midpoint. I didn't like just doing missions and like basically going places and being told what to do, which is a lot, like I said, very similar to the Far Cry formula. And I especially didn't like the fact that after a certain period of time, it felt like it took forever to kill anything that wasn't human.
I was pretty uninterested from the get-go, so...
I mean, it also had like a, you know, it was a relatively unique idea, but also it was kind of childish. Robot dinosaurs, you know. I mean, I didn't stay long
that
enough.
was always cool.
And I didn't.
That's what
Oh,
really
shit.
draws me.
Ow, ow, Richard! I need some cover.
No one's in my sights.
Oh God.
Oh, you got a right shield coming through. Oh, you got it.
Oh no.
By accident, I got it. Ow! I got it. I'm okay.
Don't pick yourself up. You come up with 1 health.
Yeah, but I can't like stop the bleeding if I don't.
Ooh,
So here's another one, and we talked about this previously, but here's one that always pops up whenever I'm playing this game and I find myself like dissatisfied. Oh shit! Dissatisfied with it. I don't think this game is bad mechanically, Rainbow Six. I think it's wonderful. I just kind of wish. Oh my God! Fuck! I kind of just wish they would work on its fluidity a little bit more, because it can be a little clunky at all the wrong moments. A good example is like if you see somebody climbing through a window, and they start shooting at you. Like, we've all had those moments where we got shot while both people's hands were up while they were coming through a window. And that's like a tiny discrepancy that I think happens a lot, and it bothers the fuck out of me. So my opinion would be, I wish that this game would get a direct competitor, so they would be motivated to make a sequel that was more fluid and a bit more stable. That's all. And I know Richard disagrees. Richard, you say that you think this game doesn't need a competitor.
Yeah, I really don't. I think they already are trying to like better themselves. They've been supporting this game for
Yeah, but I don't think they're doing it fast enough.
I think we need to stop thinking that they're going super slow though.
And generally
so
speaking,
many things go super quickly, and it doesn't turn out very well either.
That's true, but I also think that, like, when we talk about Rainbow Six, everybody praises it because of all the progress it's made, and it has made a lot of progress, there's no doubt. I just think that if it had somebody that was trying to literally take people away from playing it to play their game, they would be more motivated to fix things in a better way. I don't necessarily think we need a direct sequel, although that would be the best thing, but when you make a game, some things just can't be changed after a certain point. And I think that this game is kind of suffering from that. They've even talked about that in interviews. And, I mean, like I said, I like this game a lot. I've played a lot of it. I'm playing it right now, right? So, on the whole, I don't really have that many complaints. Did we kill everybody? Did we kill all of them in the first round? Oh, no, we didn't.
They spawn in as soon as you start it.
I know, but it was taking them a while. Okay, I'm going to reload.
I mean, how often? Well, because I just started playing. How often does Rainbow Six like balance weapons and gameplay and all that stuff?
Maybe about like once a month. Maybe depending on how big it is, though, it might go for like 2.
Okay.
Oh, I'm dead.
Fuck.
They're pretty consistent with it, but they're normally just small updates that, like, it's not necessary. It's not like a lot of things that we really see. It'll maybe be like they'll change maybe like a damage or something. That goes in as like a hot fix, whereas like big updates that maybe where they change the way like the window animation works or like looks on all screens, that kind of stuff is. That could maybe be like 3-4 months at a time.
Or like, honestly, I don't even don't really even need a sequel as much as I just kind of appreciate if they like made it a more uniform experience for attackers and defenders. Like a good example, and this got changed eventually, but a good example is that in the beginning, when you looked outside as an attacker or as a defender, you couldn't see anything because it was too bright, and when you looked inside, you couldn't see anything because it was too dark. They changed that, and that was a nice thing. But just now I was looking while Zofia gets up, like picks herself up, and on her screen the animation is literally her getting herself like back up onto her feet. I was watching this just now because I was downed, and then I killed myself, so they showed the kill cam right after. So when you're watching her get up, she basically like just puts her fist on the ground for about 2 seconds, and then she's standing on her feet suddenly. Like that creates a lot of like fucking moments where I'm like, he's standing right here, I'm gonna shoot, and then next second they're on the left or the right because they've moved on their screen, and I'm just now seeing it. Or when they go up ladders and shit. That type of shit, while okay and really not that big of a deal, in the clutch moments is fucking annoying.
Oh yeah.
And that's all I'd like to see a fix of. Honestly, I think this game is really close to being perfect, except for all the random headshots. But whatever. Anything else, you guys? Gia, now that you've heard us, do you have anything that you think might be more in line? I'm sure I could think of more.
I think I had one earlier. I just can't recall it right now because I'm too focused on what you guys said about Rainbow Six.
Well, then what's your opinion on that? And feel free to talk me out of what I'm saying. I mean, we're sharing the opinions so you guys can argue them. That's the whole point of this episode.
I mean, you're welcome to your own opinions on Horizon. I mean, I can see what you're talking about.
I know that you liked it a lot, so tell me what it was that drew you to it, even knowing, like, now that you've heard my points, what was it that drew you to it beyond that, or did you notice those things that I noticed as much as I did? Probably not, I'm assuming.
Yeah, most likely not. I mean, when you're talking about, like, how long, like, mid-game difficulty or just length and amount of time it takes to kill
Here's the other thing. Here's another thing that I couldn't stand. Aloy was really likable, and I know that sounds weird, but like I don't want a character. Oh, I'm just waiting for this. I don't want a character that's a fucking Mary Sue that can do everything and everybody likes. Like she grew up in this like really hard life, and you'd think that she would be a bit more aggressive and or standoffish against people, but instead she's super understanding and really cares about everybody. And I just think that's fucking played out and boring. That was my big thing with the story for her. I was like, every time she was on screen, I was like, ugh, hate you. I'm going to use this shotgun. I really do like this shotgun for Ella. Ooh, I have an unpopular gaming opinion. I got another one. For a game that we pretty much...
Last of Us is not that good.
Pretty much. Fuck you. Hold on. The Last of Us is excellent. Uncharted stopped being good after Uncharted 2. Uncharted 2 was the best, and then they've just slowly declined in quality, ultimately ending with the end of Uncharted 4, which was such fucking horseshit. That the end of that game was so fucking milquetoast bullshit that I was fucking furious. I was like, really? Sam's still alive? He has a kid now? Fucking everything's okay? Spoilers for those of you who haven't played it, but it's literally like a year-old game at this point.
Cool. I haven't played it, but knowing that he's alive, it kind of bums me out.
Well, that's right. It's just like it's so anti. I mean, and I guess on the one hand, that's kind of against what we know about storytelling, right? Like, yeah, okay, we all guessed that he was gonna die because he kind of seems like one of those characters. But then when he doesn't and everything works out fine, it was just such like shit. It was just so shitty. It's like, oh, cool, Nathan Drake gets another happy ending, despite the fact that he does nothing to facilitate that at any point in his life. I love this shotgun. Sorry.
You're fine.
I also think that like the overall formula of Naughty Dog games has gotten kind of stale. But I do like The Last of Us still, despite that. I don't. What's your beef with it?
Like
Why didn't you like it?
Look, I was super hyped for it.
Was that one too dark?
What? No. I got it the day it came out, played it 16 hours straight to beat it. No, not 16. I'm sorry. That game's not that long. I think it was like 8 hours straight to beat it that day. I liked it. It's a game that I don't want to go back to though.
I mean, once you do it once, I don't think.
And
you
like
need to
as
do
I
it
think
again.
about it, I'm like, it wasn't that fun. It was mostly just like I thought I would be intrigued more by the story, and then I wasn't, and then it just, I don't know. It wasn't as fulfilling as I basically wanted it to be, or it should have been, and everyone talks about it being, and then it's honestly forgettable. I don't know.
Forgettable. That's quite the thing. But then again, I also just said that Uncharted 4 was terrible, so whatever. I also think that this like formula of video games that we've created, that like Naughty Dog has gotten successful on, and now apparently everybody seems to copy, like within the Sony developers. Like God of War is now an over-the-shoulder third-person action game.
What's with that?
Fucking what's the other one? Horizon Zero Dawn is another example of that. What's another? Fucking Days Gone even looks like it's going to be a similar format, and so now it's starting to feel like it's like movies directed by the same guy. You know, where it's like I know this style. I know this style, and I don't think it's bad at all, but it's like
it's pretty.
Sorry, I don't think that it's bad because obviously they've captured cinematography, not cinematography. They've managed to make a game that's very cinematic, but I think that not every game needs to be the same. And just because Sony's found some winning formula doesn't necessarily mean that we need to see it in every fucking game, because now I'm getting fatigued on that style.
Yeah, I mean...
But here's a positive
I mean, going to the point that you don't like Uncharted as much as Last of Us, the reason I liked Uncharted was mostly just because it was just dumb fun.
Hey,
like,
no,
it really
Uncharted
is
is fun as fuck.
where it's, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Those
didn't
moments
have
are
fun
great.
playing Last of Us.
Uncharted was a game that makes me
intrigued
feel
for
that
a
like
while.
magic exists. Ow, fuck! I'm really hurt now. Because of like the fucking grappling hook and the stuff. The gameplay of Uncharted is not my problem. It's the writing in Uncharted that just falls apart for me. Because after a certain point, sooner or later, you just reach a point where like this is stupidly unrealistic. Not just fun unrealistic, but stupidly unrealistic. And they're trying to tell you this story about these people that Nate cares about that make mistakes and do these fucked up things, and then there's no consequences for anybody. It's just fucking weird. It's like they got like halfway through, like we're gonna take this a little bit more serious, and they said, nah, fuck it, grappling hooks and fist fights for everybody.
Yeah, but hasn't it been that way since 1? I mean...
Right, but that's what I mean.
4 characters?
You expect a game to progress if they're gonna have 4. Like, why? That's my problem with Uncharted is that they did 4 fucking games, and 5, I guess, if you include the Vita. They did 5 fucking games, and the characters never changed. Like, yeah, okay, Elena and Nate are in love, but they were kind of in love in the first one. Holy shit! What the fuck was that? Yeah, okay.
Then shouldn't your problem start with 2 then? If
No, because 2
That's
was
the
still
case.
early enough along where I was like, oh, this is fun. And 2 even kind of felt newish. It had like that weird. It was even kind of directed differently. It had the difference in time, you know, where you had to where you started off and you were like in the middle of the game climbing up the train all bloodied and and fucking oh shit. I think they're in this room. If anybody wants to help me clear. Oh god, yes, they were in this room. I feel like 2 was great because I was still expecting more after that. 3 was kind of more the same. 4 was more the same. And yeah, it was fun, absolutely. But it's just kind of like, I want to see these characters kind of grow. That's what you generally watch things for, is to watch people change. Or take part in any type of entertainment, is to see people change. And when they just didn't, I was just kind of like, really? We did this for like 5 years and this is the best you could do? And again, I don't think the game is bad. I just think that, like, on a story level, it just didn't entertain me. And then, see, to go about with what Richard was saying, I totally see his point. Because The Last of Us was very much, very similar to Uncharted, except it was less bombastic and less fun. It was more serious. And that's not always a good thing.
But to me, it also had those same things of, like, everybody wins, but it's like, oh, but he made the shitty decision. It's like, yeah, well, you know, he made a shitty decision to, like, morally, but for the 2 characters, it came out daisies.
Well, we'll see how that all oh my god, I fucked this wall up. We'll see how that progresses in the sequel. I think there's still room for improvement, obviously. It was far
right,
from a
but
perfect
it just
game.
ends with Joel, like, fuck,
Being
we're
happy.
going to keep this kid alive. And Joel's alive, and nothing real sinister happened, I guess.
What happened to you, Gia?
I'm still alive.
I died. I was in that room, and I was at 20 health from something. I don't know what. When I went in that room, I just instantly died.
The threat has been eliminated.
This shotgun is so much fun.
It looks really good, too.
It's really cool, yeah. I've even used it in... Oh my god.
You forget that it's a shotgun, though, I find.
It does, yeah, it doesn't look like a shotgun. So here's an unpopular gaming opinion that's actually kind of positive, since we've been ragging on a lot of everybody's favorite games. I think that Ghost Recon Wildlands was actually okay. Like, people talk about it like it's a piece of shit, but I don't think that every game needs to be the best game ever. Not every game needs to try and be Last of Us, like I was saying earlier. Not every game needs to try and be some great storytelling adventure. Some games can just be fun. Some games can just be games. And I feel like Ghost Recon was definitely one of those games where it was just a game, and you knew that, but that was okay.
I liked what I played.
Right. It had its flaws. It was completely flawed. Oh, God! Fuck you. It's had its flaws, of course. It was very flawed, and they never really got around to fixing it. Kind of a classic thing from Ubisoft.
They're still coming in, Gio.
Yeah.
Same room.
But ultimately, it was a fun time. It gave you a lot of stuff to do. It was fucking, you know, cool, kind of. I haven't been using this at all.
Yeah, Ghost Recon was a fun game, but I don't know, it didn't get, no one was on by the time I got it.
Yeah, it didn't. Well, the thing is that they didn't support it in a way that like really made the experience valuable to keep playing. You know, I mean, that's kind of the key to those games. If you just want me to play your fucking game, then give me something to play. And they had a lot to do initially, but if you ever got tired of that formula, you were just kind of assed out. Nice.
Oh, man.
Okay. So, we got... How many more rounds do we have to do? This is ridiculous. Okay.
This is the last one.
So, Gia, now that we've gone through everything, anything that you come up with? I think that's the last of the things that I can think of. I'm sure I could think of one or two more. I mean, I'm a pretty negative person, so I've got plenty of unpopular opinions.
I mean, the only things I can think of were I like Destiny 2, but that's just among us. That a lot of people.
I mean, I don't think that, like, again, to go back to what we were saying about Bungie and Halo, I think mechanically, and this was true for Destiny 1, mechanically Destiny or Bungie makes good games, absolutely. Like the mechanics of their games are fun, but They just run out of you just run out of shit to do in them,
And it's horribly balanced.
and it's horribly balanced. Oh. That happened like from 1 second to another. You were down and then I was down. I hate fucking defend the hostage in this game.
Surprised we stuck it out for so long because it was on yacht as well.
Yeah, in the main room at that. So
No, I think Destiny 2 was fucking. I don't understand how you can make a sequel and take fucking steps backwards from the fucking first.
I think that's what people's main complaint about Destiny 2 was, is that the Taken King came out after 2 years of Destiny 1's bullshit, or 1 year or whatever, whenever the fuck that Taken King came out.
I think
And it had a lot of things to offer. It had a story that was somewhat interesting, at least had lore, it kind of at least tied everything together. I'm not going to say that it was perfect, because it wasn't, but it had all those things, and it had fixed a lot of the way the fucking gear system worked, and the power level, all that shit. And now here we are with Destiny 2, and it seems like we're back at, it's like Destiny 1 again, without any of the additives that made it kind of okay to play. And now they're like, yeah, well, we're getting there. We're going to sell them back to you. And, I think people's main complaint with Destiny is that it's become so fucking blatant that they're just trying to suck as much money away from you as possible before you're sick of it, that nobody really wants to deal with it. Which I think is good, because they don't deserve it. They don't deserve the money if that's the way they're going to treat the game development and the people that support them.
Never will.
I guess to add to that, my gaming opinion is that I think looter shooters are fucking dumb. I mean, I keep trying to give them a chance, but I generally don't like the idea that I can't get to a point where I've achieved something that's actually valuable, because there's always another level or another tier of enemies to go after and another group of items to chase after, and that is the point of that game, but that just doesn't make sense to me. I don't necessarily want a game that is going to have a definitive ending, but I do want to get to a point where I feel like I could stop playing. And those games just kind of want you to keep playing.
I do know that looter shooters are flawed, but I do like a lot of them.
And no, they're not. Oh shit, they're not bad to play. I get tired of that feeling where I'm just going to be doing this for the rest of my goddamn life.
That other mark is a suicider.
Got it. Anything else you guys got? Oh, I got a good one.
I lost it.
Yeah, they come and go, don't they? Here's one. Grand Theft Auto 4 was better than Grand Theft Auto 5. From a story basis. Mechanically, not at all. There was way more to do and added into Grand Theft Auto 5.
I mean, story...
But, from a
guess.
story perspective, I think Grand Theft Auto 4 was better. It was more put together. And I feel like in the last act of Grand Theft Auto 5, everything kind of fell apart. It just kind of, started rushing. It's very clear that they lost a little bit of time there. Or at least it seems like they lost a little bit of time towards the end, because they just stopped caring and everything kind of got wrapped up real nice. They did have a cool decision-based ending, which they also had in Grand Theft Auto 4, but I felt like Grand Theft Auto 5 was just kind of like any Grand Theft Auto and or Rockstar game, it was hyped to shit, and once that happens,
Yeah, but
I'm on the opposite side of you, Gia. This is me. Okay. Just making sure you don't shoot me in the face on the way in. What do you think?
I liked both of them. I really did. I honestly don't really care for either of the stories.
Where the fuck did that guy
The only
go?
story I really paid attention to in Grand Theft Auto was Vice City.
I mean, Grand Theft Auto Vice City was good
barely
too.
remember.
That really hurts. Well, I mean, I think the reason why I like Grand Theft Auto 4 so much, just to explain myself a little bit, is that it was like the first... It felt like the first completely original story they made, because all the other games, the previous generation of games, were based off of movies and settings from the time periods that they were capturing, and they did that really well. But Grand Theft Auto 4 was this original experience that told this really poignant story about fucking an immigrant coming to America, and I liked it. A lot of people thought it was too sad and too dark, and they didn't like it, but I mean, I'm kind of that person, so of course I would like some shit like that. To put, to defend my opinion and the opinion of others, I will say that I'm just one of those people that likes darker shit. Hence why I like The Last of Us way more than I like, oh my god, way more than I liked Uncharted, generally.
Well, I'm gonna call him.
What? Why are you doing that?
I mean,
let's
I'll
do
agree
this.
with you that I definitely did play more of GTA 4's campaign than I did play 5, but that might not be speaking much coming from me.
Well, I mean, also things change. I think at that time we were all playing and completing games a lot more anyway, you know. But I think GTA 5 just kind of suffers from the whole. Well, I mean, partially I think it suffers from just the idea of like fuck, all the noises are distracting me. Like open world fatigue that everybody has. You know, like it gets to a point. And this happened to me with Horizon 2, so this is a good example. But it gets to a point where, you know, somewhere in like the 2/3 mark, you're just kind of like, I kind of get the feeling. I know this game is not really new anymore, and I don't really want to complete this if it's going to take me another 15 hours. You know.
Bomber.
I see her. Ah. Nice job, Gio. Because I was about to leave your ass behind and let you get blown up. Is there somebody behind this barrier?
Oh, I'm stuck on this doorway, I think. Oh, there we go. Get through.
And also breach. Hole if we...
I think we will be fine. So here's another unpopular... Oh my god! Both sides, huh? All sides. Just they're shooting at us from all sides. Fuck, I had it and then I lost it. Shit, what were we talking about?
GTA.
4.
Story?
I think it had something else to do with...
Playing more of 4 than 5.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't that. It had something else to do with a different game, but it was somewhat in line with...
Well, you said open world fatigue because of...
Yeah, no, that also just came up. See, I'm losing my train of thought because of the game. Nice job, Gio. Well, I'll open the floor. What do you guys think? Any other things that pop into your head? Richard, did that thing come back to you?
No, it didn't. I lost it, like, completely. It's just gone forever.
I mean, the only things I'm trying to think of are games that people probably didn't like that I liked.
Yeah, that's totally that's a valid thing. That's why I brought up Ghost Recon. Oh, cool.
Disarm bomb on presidential plane.
I like Deus Ex Mankind Divided a lot. Like a lot. I mean, I like Deus Ex games. I like the immersive sim genre, like Dishonored, Deus Ex, Prey. I like all those type of games a lot. But Deus Ex has always kind of been my thing because of its setting, for a multitude of reasons. And people's complaints about Deus Ex Mankind Divided basically came out to be, I didn't like it because the story was much smaller in scope than Human Revolution, and it was. But I just kind of look at it like, first off, the games were 5 years apart, and secondly, it's okay to tell a story that has a different theme and scope than the first game. You know, the first game was really big. The second game kind of felt like it was an episode of 24. And I totally understand that if you don't like that type of shit, you're going to be kind of bored by it. But I dug it, you know? I feel like people's complaints about that game, especially its story, are wholly undeserved considering how often they use that as a way to disparage the game as a whole, and that's not fair because the game as a whole was fucking excellent.
Need to reload.
I'm gonna check this room. Fuck up that guy's computer.
Yeah, the bomber right here. That's a mark.
So I guess I could ask you about somewhat controversial things. Oh my god, Gia.
Okay. My bad.
No, it's okay. I was
You walked
trying
right
to
in front of
help.
me as I was shooting him.
Well, I didn't want him to rush into the room and blow me up. I was worried.
Oh, I know. No, it's fine. You're not dead.
Not even a little dead.
We've located a bomb. Move to its location. And
Oh,
plant the
hey.
diffuser.
Okay, I'm pretty...
That's a lot of people you marked. Holy shit.
I'm almost dead now. So I don't know. I don't know. I figured this would last longer because more people would be in here. I also had something that I was talking to fucking... Oh, okay, here's one. Yeah, I was talking to Keaton about this when I was coming up with the idea for the podcast last week. And I think games, like horror games, where you have to hide instead of being able to fight at all, are bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think, like at least, like, I know that Resident Evil kind of looks like that game, but at least you have the option to get weapons and do cool stuff in that game. And that was something that I was like, oh, way
Horror
more
games where
excited
you're
about.
completely helpless are...
Any game where
That
you
also
complete...
adds to
Behind us. Never mind, he's down. Okay, that was cool.
The problem is that's the appeal to those horror games. But
I mean, I totally...
I don't like horror games mostly in general, but...
I totally get it, but...
Yeah, I can't stand that shit.
Yeah, I know. What's with that? Why don't you like horror games? I don't like shitty horror games. Because you're a pussy?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Hold on.
good job admitting that, firstly. Here, I'm going to go around. I'll see if I can't figure it out. Good. Nice job admitting that. It's very hard to admit that about yourself sometimes. But, like, I just don't... I feel like horror games are the games that are sometimes the hardest to get right. Ow! Ow! I'm dead.
Where?
I think Dead Space was really good, and then what's a good game? What's a good horror game? Like fucking Resident Evil was really good. But I still want to buy Resident Evil. Like every time I see it on sale, it goes on sale so much though that I'm convinced it'll be like the complete gold edition.
Right now.
I know, but it doesn't. I want everything. I want the whole package. There should be somebody by the wall, by the wall right to the. Okay, sorry. If he's not dead already, by the reinforced wall right now. That's the guy that killed me. I want the gold edition. Yeah, that's where I got killed from. Okay, then you got him. Yeah, so that's all I can really think of. Here, let me figure out. Let me see you.
Planting in here is good. Honestly, this is going to be rough. While they only have 2 places to come from,
there's going to be a lot of them.
Yeah.
Also, they don't only have 2 places to come from because there's like a bunch of roof hatches.
Okay, so I'm on the plant right here.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, plant.
Diffuser planted. Defended from enemy action.
Anything popping up in that brain of yours?
45 seconds.
You mean for horror?
Oh, no. I was... to go on, I just think that horror is a really hard genre to get right. But the whole idea of running and hiding and making sure... Like, I just don't like that because it's slow as fuck, too. That's like... That slows down gameplay to a crawl, and I can't stand shit like that. You can be exciting and scary at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
We have been eliminated.
Yeah, you weren't kidding.
Yeah, they fucked us. They fucked us. What is this thing that Dante sent us?
Dante sent us something?
Yeah, he sent us a link to something. Imagery gallery. Pokemon
No,
Hero
looking really
Academia.
Pokemon. Oh, okay. Pokemon Hero Academia.
I have no idea what this is about.
The humans in those pictures are kids with superpowers.
Okay.
It's like
And the
superheroes with
Pokemon.
like Pokemon that would fit them.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, I guess.
Terrorist Hunt Classic. Oh boy. Oh, on
like
this map
that.
too. Yeah, I do too. I feel like we don't get it nearly as much as we should anymore.
You know, we just played on it, me and Gia.
Oh, yeah.
I think I played on it like once or twice in the last like 4 or 5 days. See, now I'm
I
drawing a
want to see
blank.
more platformers.
I actually agree with that. I think people are like, I think here's an unpopular gaming opinion, and I don't think it's unpopular because people disagree with it as much as developers and publishers disagree with it. But we need to start making more kids games. I'm not a fan of kids games. I don't play them, but I started playing kids games because I was a kid. And I don't see, like, I can't see myself as a child having gotten into anything like complex mechanically, like Rainbow Six or anything. And also, kids don't fucking deserve to play good games. Or no, that's not a fair thing to say. It's not a thing about good or bad, I think.
Kids shouldn't play a lot of me games.
How often are you going out looking for kids games? Like,
Pretty often.
Me, very rarely, but I think there should be a market for more of them. Like, ukulele was a good start, but...
I told you about A Hat in Time. You should try it out.
You told me
I
about
actually
it, but
really
I
want
also
to. I hear
immediately
nothing
forgot.
but good things about it.
What's A Hat in Time? Tell me about A Hat in Time again.
Like Super Mario 64 platformer, but really cute. It's about a little girl, like that wears
It's like a
different hats.
magical wizard hat. Magician's hat, not wizard.
Oh, I see.
It's adorable looking. And
Back
I
up, back
absolutely
up,
wanna
back
try
up.
it out.
First proceeds to walk forward.
Yeah, we had a shotgun. Here, I'm gonna go outside and plant a bomb, or do one of my fuse bombs. I never get to use this thing.
Careful, there are people outside.
There's always people outside, because there's no fucking rules to fucking terrorist hunt. But I think kids should at least have access to games that are meant for them, instead of having to play Call of Duty and shit like that. Also, they shouldn't be playing this shit, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, not that I didn't play Grand Theft Auto and shooters and shit, but I also had, like, you know, Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter.
I want more licensed games. Because, like, growing up, a lot of the kids' games were licensed by, like, you know...
That's true,
There was Looney Tunes, Hot Wheels, and stuff.
There was
like,
a Toy Story game every
again.
time one of those fucking movies came out.
If we get another Hot Wheels game, I would die. That would be so cool. That could be such a fun, like, racer, I think. And they do some of the, like, Hot Wheels games. But from what I see, they mix it with monster trucks, because the monster trucks are really the ones licensing it, almost. And it's got like dirt bikes and stuff, and it doesn't feel like a racer anymore. It's like a weird... Oh, shit. I don't even know how to like word it. It just doesn't feel like a racer. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't actually seen the right game yet.
I love this pistol. Jesus.
Who's?
Fuses. Not the really powerful one, but the other one. Super reliable.
Well, both the Russian ones are really good, so...
Get the fuck out of here, mosquito. I'll fucking kill you. God damn. How many of these fucking mosquitoes have I didn't get them.
But like one of the games right now, I haven't actually played
Fuck!
except for the demo since the beginning.
Can't believe I made that out. I survived.
But there's this Looney Tunes game called Sheep Raider. I want to play that game.
Sheep Raider?
Sheep Raider. You played as Ralph the Wolf, and you basically just had to be like Wile E. Coyote stealing
I
sheep.
get you. Yeah, I get you.
It was absolutely hilariously fun. And I only played the demo. It was so adorable. I loved it. I want more stupid stuff like that. Like I always want cartoon games. I like Plants vs Zombies.
That I don't understand. Oh shit, I'm gonna die.
I think that game's great.
I didn't like that game. I don't know why though.
Talking about Garden Warfare specifically, right?
Yeah,
Garden Warfare.
too.
Well, I think Plants vs Zombies is still pretty good. It's not more. That one's less. I feel like a little harder to get into, no matter how accessible it is. Because not everyone's really.
You should be clear on this floor, G. I thought I cleared it out. Richard's. I think the last enemy is near Richard.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
Good, you didn't kill me.
Nice work. Not murdering your teammate.
It's a rare skill. You actually almost could have killed me.
You weren't in the sight,
wider.
so I figured it wouldn't work.
No, it's a shotgun. Don't trust it.
I don't see you. You're not there.
You do not exist.
That is the
Yeah, but I'd
general
like to see
rule for Rainbow
licensed
Six.
games. I mean, fucking, we have remakes of
I
like
mean,
Mickey
also,
Mouse games and stuff.
when you consider it, licensed games have actually been on an upswing lately. This is a bad example, but Shadow of Mordor was really good. Shadow of War ended up being a steaming pile of shit. And then before that, in the same year as Shadow of War, or Shadow of Mordor, fucking bullshit titles. In the same year as Shadow of Mordor, there was also Alien, which was, you know, another licensed game.
Yeah.
So, you know, licensed games took on this reputation where they were just shitty for a while, and they were, but that doesn't necessarily need to be true. And then you look at, like, other licensed titles that are mixed in, like Lego games. The kids fucking love that shit. I think there should just
Yo,
be more
I love
options.
those games. Lego games are the shit.
Oh, you're playing as Mike Angry, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mike Angry is Nick Fury's cousin.
Got it. Understood.
Yeah, see? That was Dante. Dante came up with that one. Capitao was Mike Angry. I don't know, what else? I think they should make a new shooter.
Another thing, though, I
Eliminate
think
Like
they
they-
should also,
They should have
we should
another
drop-
AAA shooter.
I was just saying, can we just drop the voices from,
I thought you just said a Lego shooter.
Lego movies?
Are there voices in
I
Lego
want
movies?
voices
Oh,
out
there
of
are.
Lego games.
I don't know. I mean, I guess so, yeah, because I like voice acting, but I typically don't like it in any children's game.
Well, did you ever play any of the other, like, the old, like, Star Wars Lego games?
No, I think I might have definitely played
So,
some demos. or
zero
something.
voice acting. All they had were, like, little grunts or sounds, and just, it was character movement. And it was exaggerated movement, it was hilarious, it was very charming, and then now that they have voice actors, they get to basically just say fuck it to that. And
Right.
They lose a lot of creativity and a lot of charm.
I understand.
I think. I don't think that's, like...
I get
universal
what you're
for
saying,
everyone.
though. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's
Yeah.
generally like when
it was really cute. It was awesome. And when I played the newest, like, Marvel Heroes one, it was not as cute.
You know what would help this game a bit? Hit markers.
Well, maybe in Terrorist Hunt, but they don't put that in the game for specific reasons.
What was it? What was the specific reason?
If you shoot through a wall and get a hit marker, you can just start shooting through that wall.
That's true.
You don't even
yeah.
know they're there. It's just, it's not a good idea.
What the fuck?
You get blood splattered? That's...
I'm dead.
Right.
I got blown
Right,
up.
but like, say you're like,
I think he just shot me.
you
to
just
death.
start spraying, and
Nope,
then like
no, he
the
blew
wall
up.
doesn't necessarily break apart, but your bullet hole still gets a hit marker, and you're like, oh, I'll just hit there.
What if just hit markers if there was just nothing between you and the target?
Once again, because like, there's a lot of also
You know,
like, checking.
the only reason I say it is just because it would clear up a lot of that shit about, hey, I totally shot that guy, you know, because I've definitely shot people in this game and I'm like, I don't know, man, that looked like a kill.
Okay, can't shoot through the
Yeah,
ball.
I can get that. I get
I was
that.
actually watching
I
somebody
just-
on Rainbow Six on the forum for Rainbow, or not the forum, but the. You need to get out of that room, Richard.
Yeah.
I was watching somebody on the nice, listening to somebody complain on the Rainbow Six subreddit. He was trying to shoot Ella, and his dot was like right on her head, but she was so far away that for some reason the game was just like, nah, man, you're hitting her cap or something.
Yeah, stuff like that.
And that's
is
fucking
really
annoying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you can hit the ear cup of one of the GIGN characters and kill them, you know?
Yeah, that's like there's some weird like hitbox detection stuff or hitboxes that they've been trying to fix or whatever.
Fuck out of
They're
here.
saying it's hard.
I mean, I have no doubt that it's hard. I'm surprised you didn't get blown up just now.
There's a lot of people that like at first when you could if you shot Ash's ponytail it counted as her head, so when they like took that out it made her hitbox that
Even
much smaller.
Yeah, wow.
But it's like that's what made it that small now.
Right.
But like there's things that they're like fixing and they still have fucking ranked mode in like beta, so you know, let's not get our hopes up too high.
Well, that's what I mean. See, that's another example to go back to my thing about this game. If they could come out with a sequel and ranked mode just be fixed, like, here's ranked mode, it's finally done
Right,
because
but
we
then
worked on it.
Right, but I think the reason it's like that because they still don't know how to fucking rank people. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's. I mean, they
And
still
I mean,
don't really know
Overwatch
how to
doesn't have it
matchmake
in
people
beta,
either.
but they still change it. So.
Yeah, I mean, it really
think
kind of
there's-
comes down to who's going to give you the best excuse to why it is the way it is. And Ubisoft is kind of like, we're still working on it, and you're right.
Yeah,
Like,
Ubisoft just tells you we're just gonna use the title beta. So you
right,
can't
and
use
Blizzard, and you're right, Blizzard and fucking or Blizzard.
anything else. Oh, I'm dead.
Friendlies have been eliminated.
Ah, I heard the guy.
Simultaneously.
I was just watching Gia's thing. I heard the guy
was
reloading his
fucking
gun and stepping
suicider.
out from the right side. I thought you heard him too, Gia.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
It's all good. Let's retry that
Licensed
one. I got
games would be
fucking
super fun.
destroyed pretty early on.
Oh yeah. Licensed games. I want like Hot Wheels, Looney Tunes, maybe. I don't know.
Be a good licensed game.
The thing is, I think like Japan has a lot of like licensed games, and it's like all their games. Almost all their games are like licensed. Like they'll have some anime has their own fucking video game, some JRPG or whatever. But you know,
Right.
they're like all licensed games.
Right.
Or that game will just turn into its own property, and then it just feels like it's a licensed game.
Like Persona.
But I want more cartoony stuff. Yeah. Well, Persona.
And I'm not saying that like as a disparaging remark. I've never played a Persona game. I've heard they're fucking excellent. But I do get the sense that that feels like it's its own license that
Eliminate
just,
all hostiles.
you know,
Oh,
prints
yeah, that
money
shit
for
just
people
took
now.
off.
Well, I think Persona started as a game.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. It started
Yeah,
as a
no,
game,
and then it
just
expanded.
took
Like it became
off.
like a multimedia
Oh,
project.
okay.
It transcended itself. basically.
Here's, it's,
Well,
I
it's
don't know.
actually-
If, go ahead.
And I'm just gonna say it's also a spin-off of a different series, like an older series.
Oh.
No
okay.
shit. I
I
don't
don't-
know Persona.
I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but oh fuck, I think I lost my train of thought again. Son of a bitch.
Something about Persona.
It was something about. Oh no, I got it. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I think games that launch with multimedia like strategies are terrible. Like, oh god, hold on, I have to.
Oh.
Like it's got a comic book and it's got a series and it's got like a movie, and in order to get the whole stories, you got to watch all of it.
I think,
God
yeah,
damn it.
Yeah. That's.
I'm gonna run
Hold on.
this way. There we go. Okay. I think that type of shit. Okay. C4. Okay. Fucking suicide bomber. Jesus.
You just said I'm gonna rush this way, and then you're. Oh well.
Yeah, I ran into all the things I didn't want to run into.
I
I'm
can't
okay
see
though.
right
I'm
now,
at, I'm
so
at
protect me.
45. Yeah.
Oh. Let's see. Gia, where are
Um,
you at? I think you're at 56, 52.
I'm just hanging on
Health
the wall.
wise. What's your health?
Oh. Where do I see the number? Oh, 48.
Oh, you're a lot lower. Oh well, there we go. I'm lower now. From one bullet. Oh man.
I think those like multimedia projects suck. If you want to tell a fucking full story, do it in your goddamn game. Don't waste my time and my money trying to get me interested in your dumbass graphic novel and your dumbass TV series and your dumbass other shit. You know, I think that's just terrible. Like splitting up lore
Hey,
in
but
a game is a fucking stupid idea.
I mean, Overwatch does it.
Overwatch does it with YouTube videos that are free. That's different.
Right,
And
but,
those
like,
are
they
more
also make like comics and
supplementary
stuff.
than.
Yeah, but I mean, like they just it's like it's there and it tells a story that is not in game. That's more or less what I was getting at.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it's different when they expect you to buy property. Like now you have to go get this
Oh,
graphic
yeah,
novel.
I mean, and it's also like
Fuck! What the fuck? Why did he come from outside? I hate this game.
Did
I
he
hate
spawn
Terrorist Hunt. I fucking hate
How do you-
Terrorist Hunt.
How do you feel about games that also spawn like books? Like
If
actual
it's-
novels following the
okay.
series.
Look at it like this. If it's like, because Elite Dangerous has games like this or has things like that. Fucking Halo has things like
Halo.
that. And I take part in that. Generally, I will read a book if I'm interested enough in the game. But my general rule is that the game has to have come out first. If the game was out first and then it got popular and people decided, okay, well now we can turn it into a media project, I have different feelings about it than people will be like, we're going to launch a media project. Like, you know what game did this? The Force Unleashed did this, and when I found out about it, I was like, ew, that's kind of shitty.
They did?
Yeah, it had like its own graphic novel and a bunch of other shit that accompanied the original story to make it a bit more understandable.
Okay.
So if your game
I
comes
think
out,
they just played their game. They're like, we don't even know what's what it's about.
we gotta get some lore in here to fix it. If the game comes out and it gets successful and other people make a demand for more of it, and you want to say like, yeah, we hired a writer and we wrote a book, here you go. That's one thing, and that's acceptable. But if you're launching a project with a bunch of fucking like side compendium or side fucking like narratives and things to make it all make sense, I think that's just wasted resources that they just could have put into the game. And
Yeah.
I think that's it's just a shitty move because it requires me to
But,
buy
like,
into your shit.
The thing is, like, that always comes from, like, higher up than just, like, the game developers.
Absolutely.
So with that was probably LucasArts. LucasArts
Right.
was like, we want to...
And
we
they're
wanna, like, make
notorious
this
for that
part of the
shit.
Star Wars. Yeah, we want to make this part of the Star Wars universe. All of it.
Right. Right. And we all see how that turned out.
Yeah.
I know. Can you believe how shitty the fucking movies that accompany that Shadow of War game?
We have been eliminated.
Which Shadow? There's movies that accompany Shadow of War. Oh, you're talking about
He's
fucking
talking about Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. I was making a joke.
No, I got it. I picked up what you were putting down. This is a hard map.
I mean, I feel like we just approach it wrong, but I mean, it's
Yeah, we
going
might be going a
great
bit
because
too
it's a
fast.
challenge. I do kind of hate it, but you know, it also shows faith in their product. So I'm like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I'll
But
wait till I hear about it, and then when I feel like it's not good, I'm like, oh well.
I think that's the thing that I think bothers me is that they have so much faith in their product, like Star Wars is a good example, that they're willing to just be like, fuck it, make it into a media project, instead of being like, fuck it, let's make it into a whole game.
Yeah, well.
Gia, anything that you've been
Yes.
able to come up with after all this conversation?
Eliminate all hostiles.
Digimon is better than Pokemon.
That's true. That's true.
That's no.
That's absolutely true. You're wrong, Richard. You're just wrong. Digimon's better. I don't know why. I grew up with Digimon, so I'm just kind of like, I have an affinity for it, but I also just think they're cooler. They get cool.
You think they're cooler looking?
No,
Is that it?
they are cooler, not looking. They're just objectively cooler.
No. Shut your whore mouth.
I think the thing that Digimon offers... Oh, God! Oh, I'm gonna die.
Great
This
start.
is it for... Yeah, dude, I can't seem to figure... I keep coming into every room where they're hidden perfectly and mad.
I'm trying to approach this fucking place from a different angle, and you constantly spawn me over there.
Well, you can choose your spawn point.
I know, but I chose the different one last time, and since the majority of us chose that spawn, that's where it spawned all of us.
Oh, it's a majority thing? I didn't know.
I
That's
guess
me.
so in this. I know it's not like that in ranked, you can all spawn differently, but
Right.
that's just one more thing they didn't work on in Terrorist.
Yeah, right? Fucking playing this bastard child of a game mode since they didn't give it any... The redheaded stepchild of a game mode, terrorist hunt.
Don't know why, Gia, but my fucking crosshair went straight to your head
I'm gonna meet up with
because
you
I heard you
guys.
shooting.
I don't remember. I was gonna say some other shit, but I don't remember it. You guys got any gaming news in general that you want to talk about? Anything that's come up that you've heard about? I haven't looked at anything recently that really wowed
Dude,
me.
I haven't heard anything. I mean, my mobile game that I play are the 3rd anniversary of it is coming out here in February, so I'm pretty excited for that.
Cool. Here, stay there, Richard. We're gonna go through here.
Here, hold on. Come here. Come here.
Yeah. Give me my medicine. Hold on, there's somebody in that hallway.
Don't poke out.
Don't poke out. Got it.
You guys can do it. I'll cover.
Yeah.
Your feet keep shuffling. Oh my god. Your feet keep shuffling, so I was like, great. I can't fucking hit you.
Gia, you want to come over here and get your medicine?
Yeah, sure.
How much health do you have?
25.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're gonna go up. You would go up 12 health.
Still not worth it. Okay.
No, I think it'd be worth it, but I mean, we might just wait for you to go down naturally.
Yeah, I mean, you might have a chance of just going down. Alright, here we
You
go.
can go ahead and pop your wall.
God, fuck!
Good thing we did that.
Yeah, it worked out. No! Okay. Okay, we're okay.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. I think it's just bad luck for me today.
Hold on, don't go up there.
Oh, good job using your abilities. I think we're good. Oh, Jesus.
Upstairs, yeah. Don't see where though.
Fuck me.
I don't see him. There he is.
What about you, Gia? Any news? Any gaming news that you heard that you want to talk about? Die! Bitch!
The DLC for Zelda is actually pretty difficult, and I like it.
Nintendo Switch apparently got hacked already, so Homebrew is going to be coming soon. Remember hearing that.
How do you feel about
Really?
Or Homebrew is getting started, not coming soon. So it's going to take a while.
Wow, I got fucking just put down. Careful, there's a lot out there.
that? No kidding.
I'll come to get you.
Wow. So what does Homebrew do?
Well, mostly it is people can make their own software or change up the way it boots up or optimizes stuff like that. I'm only speaking like from, because I only know mostly about DS, like back in the day. I haven't really kept up with that kind of stuff. So I
Right.
don't really know.
I mean, I never used Homebrew, that's why I'm like, what is that? I'm very intrigued with it.
Yeah, it's just like hacking, right?
Yeah, for the most part, it usually ends up sadly
Probably like a
in
jailbreak.
emulation and like
Piracy.
yeah, piracy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily think that's an inherently bad thing, but
Emulation doesn't sound bad, but yeah, the other one.
I mean, I don't think piracy is wholly bad. If you want, like, I think what I don't remember what the actual study was or whatever, or the stats, but I think it was something along the lines of like 70% of people who pirate the game will end up buying it just to try it out. Like, if there's no way to try the game, then what are people gonna do? You know, I didn't vote to retry by accident. That was my mistake. But we can do that again, since I can't seem to make it through living one of these fucking matches at all. Here, I'll check out the game section and see if I can't find something to...
I'm trying to think of my unpopular opinion that I came up with, but it's just not fucking coming to me.
It's not coming anymore, yeah. I kind of lost a couple of them, too. I'm sure they'll pop up eventually, at some point. Mike Angry.
I enjoyed Battlefront 2's campaign.
Ugh.
Cool. Actually,
I don't know if that's...
I don't know. I feel like that might be... It's mostly just people didn't want to fund Battlefront 2 because of how shitty the business model looked.
I watched a Let's Play of Battlefront 2's campaign. Not the whole thing, obviously, but a little bit of it. And I thought it was pretty terrible. But only, like, but for the same reasons that almost every fucking, like, reviewer laid out, is that we were told we were going to get a story about the Empire, and then in the third mission she changes sides. And it's only some like super fast like bullshit like now I'm on the opposite team, which we've seen before. And then finally
Also,
it was just kind of like uninteresting.
I heard a bunch of flaws with, like, I was just recently like an elite stormtrooper, and all of a sudden I'm fucking escorting Leia. What?
Right. Yeah. And that's
Okay, yeah, that's definitely true. I can agree with that. I didn't hear about many reviews like that, but yeah.
That's a bomber. That last one.
Okay.
Careful.
Stay here.
Four.
I'm running with Kevin's,
Bitch!
shotgun.
Bitch! How you like that, huh? Fucking bomb. Taste your own medicine. Eat that claymore, motherfucker. Alright, I think we're clear on this bottom. Okay.
Probably not. They'll probably be coming down.
Changing mags.
Yeah.
Changing mags.
I have a hard time justifying using Mike Angry's crossbow in Terrorist Hunt, even though it's so much fun.
Oh my god, there's one over there too? Son of a bitch.
Ow. Why are you in the tunnel? Why are you in the tunnel to the jewelry store and not in the building?
Reload.
Asshole.
I was point blank with my shotgun.
I got you.
I must have missed.
Mike Angry.
Loading gun.
I like the way you killed Dante.
The way I killed who now?
Dante, that one game. You shot it at his shield as you were both running in.
Oh man, I didn't like that. That was an accident.
That was a bomb?
I'm dead. Oh no, he's on
I am
me.
too.
He's on me. He has not blown himself up yet. There's still time. Gia, he's right there.
Okay.
Dead.
Damn it. Nice work.
Oh wait, what? Richard, you're down?
No, I was down.
Yeah, I got killed while he was down.
Jesus, this fucking game mode. Or this map. Okay, let's take a look at the game section. I'm voting for a retry on that again. I want to complete this map and still be alive. Nintendo Switch is the fastest selling video game system of all time in the US in 10 months. That's cool. Not really a surprise. It has been like selling like hotcakes.
Yeah.
So you both own one. Explain it to me. That how good is it beyond the games? Like, is it just a cool system? What's everybody's like? why
It's
do
a
people
really
love
cool
it?
system.
Okay.
Mhm.
I like it a lot.
It's also fun to just like when you hold it, and you just like this is a console. It's fitting in the palm of my
Yeah.
hand. Yeah.
Okay.
I do like that.
Also, I have a setup where I have a like an
Eliminate
arm
all of the
holster
terrorists.
attached to my headboard, so I can just lay down and have it just.
So it supports it for you.
So you like you
Yeah.
like that you can like use it in a way that that facilitates your laziness. I appreciate that. I've
Yeah.
always like there have been times where I've been like, I wish I could just get my TV onto my like ceiling. Yeah, and lay in bed. But then I realized that would probably be terrible for my back, and I said that's a terrible idea. But yeah, no, if you only do it for a little bit, that seems like a pretty cool addition. I obviously, like I said, I can't do that with my PlayStation, so fucking neato. Neato. I'll go in through here. How did you not die? Okay, I'm pretty sure I threw a grenade in your direction. Let's go find. Let's go find the explosion marks. Standing, it's right where you would have been standing. Right where you were standing. Oh, fuck you, game.
Oh, you're having this crazy battle. It's about to get crazier. Fuck, dude, I can't hit shit with this shotgun, or he just won't die.
Jesus H Christ. I can't get anybody either. There it is.
I must be looking at all the wrong places.
Dude, I got 1 kill, and I took fucking 33 health.
Alright. It's safe to
All
say
because
that
I'm
the
sniping with a shotgun.
Well, yeah, stop doing that and you'll probably be better.
Well, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna listen to you. Just, that's...
Yeah, since
Rule
when
number
have you ever
1.
done that?
You're right.
I
God.
got C4 in that room.
Fucking mosquito on my microphone. Fuck off. I guess it's safe to say that the Unpopular Opinion podcast is pretty much done now. I can't think of anything else to add, and I don't want to just extend it unnecessarily. Here, Richard, I'm coming to get you.
I'm here.
If you bring your drone over here and shoot me with it, I'm gonna fucking flip out.
What?
I was gonna laugh hella hard if you had killed me with your drone just cause.
Oh,
God.
That.
Sorry,
I knew exactly who threw it too.
I really couldn't
You
help
looked
that.
at us.
And I rolled it. It was just sorry. I can't team kill in casual anymore, so
It's fine. I understand. Plus here where there's like really no consequence to it.
right. Well, other than losing the goddamn match.
Oh yeah, big whoop. It doesn't like it's not as big as multiplayer. You might actually run out of your hammer. I've never seen it. To your right.
Oh, you can run out of your hammer?
You don't. That bar.
I've never seen that. It wasn't until you mentioned it just now that I even saw it. Can it like recharge?
No. No.
What
It
the fuck?
breaks. No one breaks this much with their hammer.
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything. It's not that bad.
Get into a room with no floorboards.
It's not that bad, man.
How bad? How much your bar you got left?
I think I got like one more swing. No, I'm
Let's see it. I
no
wanna
more.
see it break.
It says no breaching hammer remaining. I don't have anything.
Oh, wow.
It's like he swung it and he just lost it. All right, 13 more enemies. Sledge can do this.
I thought it would break. I wanted to see it break, but I guess that's okay.
Yeah, I figured it would break too, or at least make a sound or something.
Oh man.
You know, Sledge should probably instantly defuse a bomb, huh? Or should be able to.
You know how funny that would be if you could do that? The problem is he doesn't defuse. He's an attacker.
Oh, that's right.
Imagine if they made a defensive character.
Not going that way.
To break down defenses.
Yeah, yeah, that would be really weird.
Not to break down defenses, but just has like a hammer for like, because they give people impacts for them to move around. So why not give one almost the same thing Sledge
Sure.
has?
Oh,
You got this.
is a moment to
Just
do
sledgehammer him. Damn it.
I can't. I got no breaching hammer remaining. I heard somebody moving. I guess they're.
You know what game I've been wanting to play recently for some reason? Killing Floor 2.
That's funny. I actually just re-download or put that back on my normal hard drive because I was saying I want to play that too.
Cool, I'll download it here tonight. Did Earth Defense Force come out in 2017?
No,
Not 4.1?
I don't think so. No, I think
Fields
that
of
was
Despair or
I
whatever.
had to look up.
Shadow of New Despair.
3 hostiles remaining.
Because I was going to say, unpopular opinion, I think that might be one of the best games of the year.
2015.
Wow, it's 2 years old and it fucking shits on a lot of modern games.
I mean, it's still a modern game.
Doesn't look like it.
Make it rain.
And then they break like.
I did it! I survived!
Wow, me and Gia were huge helps.
Well, I did kill you.
Yeah, I
guys,
know.
So.
I mean, regardless, I had 2 kills before I went down.
Okay, well, I feel like that concludes the podcast. I don't feel like we need to extend it any longer than it needs to be, but I do feel like I need to go get something to eat. So I will be back. We can continue playing Rainbow Six. I might... Well, where's
Okay.
Keaton? Motherfucker's supposed to be on fucking Elite with me right now. But yeah, that concludes the gaming podcast. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all probably hate us all for having opinions, but fuck it. Get
How
your
you
own
doing?
podcast.
Oh yeah, if you want to go send your fucking hate mail somewhere, or do we not do that during this gaming podcast?
I was about to plug. Go ahead.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, yeah. Just find me on fanfiction.net. Soda Richard, fucking super funny. It'll be really dumb if I get a lot of hate mail just from this podcast on there.
I really doubt it. I think maybe 2 or 3 people tuned in. I don't know how many people are going to watch it on YouTube. You know what you guys should start doing? Sharing this with your friends. I know that we're pretty much only friends with each other, but, you know, maybe...
I think it'd be weird if like 4 of us sent it into the chat.
Yeah, I'll probably end up doing it, though. But yeah, no, if you liked what you saw or listened to, then check out my other podcast, wholesomehoodlum.podbean.com, or you can search the Wholesome Hoodlum podcast on iTunes. Pop right up. You can check out my Instagram and Twitter at Wholesome Hoodlum and at Hood Wholesome, or Wholesome Hoodlum is the Instagram, at Hood Wholesome is the Twitter. You can watch my stream. Oh, you're already watching my stream. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll be back in like 20 or 30 minutes. Okay.